About a year ago, I got a phone call from an old friend, my former bass player, Jim Botsford. Now, Jim had played in bands with me in the 80s and 90s. I always got along great with him. He always was prepared, had a smile on his face. When I would get mad, he would just laugh at me. And we also had this obsession and love of cereal. We talked about it all the time. And in fact, we even had our own cereal. Had a game on the back. But that's a whole other story we'll talk about sometime. So in the last 20 years or so, I've maybe seen Jim 2 or 3 times. While I've been in the studio recording every day, he's been out touring the world playing bass with these huge cover groups. So when he called me, I thought maybe it was just to catch up or have dinner or something, but what he wanted was something different. He wanted to do something that he's wanted to do his whole life, and that is he wanted to make his own music, sing his own songs, and he wanted me to help him. And I was like, sure, man. Getting him in the studio reminded me of how much fun I have with this guy, how much we share the same vision, and how he's willing to experiment and do whatever it takes. His project is called The Tokyo Teens. And since he was going to be filming a lot to create content for his social media and starting his new career, I figured I'll run the cameras a lot as well. So this video is a compilation of a lot of our sessions. I'm going to show you how I recorded some of this stuff. We tried a couple of experiments and we had some fun. So check it out. Yo.
I made it.
Let's do this thing.
Whew. What a nice drive, man. It's beautiful out here. It's looking good in here.
I mean, it's not as messy as it normally is.
It's not as messy as it could be.
Not as messy as it could be.
It's not as messy as it will be.
All right, go ahead and play. Try a different pickup selection or tone selection. Switch again. I like that one.
Yeah, I do too.
It'll do some crazy things like, but I just like a little bit. Just like to kind of have it on. Well, let me hear that then.
All right.
Wow, it's a lot quieter. Hold on. I gotta turn it up.
I think this has got passive.
Yeah, these
pickup.
are passive pickups.
Not
So
nearly as hot,
Yeah.
but nice and smooth. I can play quarter notes like this, or I can
No,
drive
I
it.
want quarter notes.
You want quarter notes to
Yeah.
keep it open?
Yeah. I think I actually want you to play it with your fingers instead of pick, because like the other parts are like more signature parts. Yeah. Let's do it like that.
All right.
Let's do another take.
Okay.
Here we go. I love that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's really cool, and I think it sets up the next section a lot better. So that's it for bass, but I have this other idea. So I got this other idea. I got a guitar part idea. Hey man, got an idea. So I got this idea. EBow. This is an EBow. It's got a little power switch back here, and it's got a 9-volt battery inside of it. It's got these tracks right here. You put this on the strings either side of the one that you want to play. It does some sort of electronic or magnetic field that vibrates the strings. So when you put it on here, that's it without any effects or anything on it. But what I like to do, throw a little distortion on it. I'm also going to filter it a little bit and then some delay, and then you get this. The switch on the back, in that mode there, it plays at the octave that your string is at, but if you flip the switch this way, then it plays an octave up. Now, my little twist is that I like to use my lap steel when I'm using the E-bow. Typically, people use the lap steel for, more traditional music, which I can't really play, but I like to get a little weirder with it. Now I'm going to stack this thing. All right, let's do another one. Another stack. That was a lot of work, but check it out. Here's what I got. We're gonna sell it up. Yeah, is that cool or what? Now I got this other idea. Oh, I'm gonna make it work. I had an idea. This is kind of what I was thinking. In a band together, what, about 80 years ago?
At least.
No, but seriously, I mean, it would have been in the well, you were in two of my bands. You were in Tin Jaw Joe.
That's right.
And you were also one of the two bass players for the Blue Humes.
That's right.
So that was like late 80s or
this was
into the 90s?
This would be late 80s. And I remember just
all of the rehearsals. I think I've never rehearsed so hard. I've never rehearsed so much like we did back then. But I learned something from that. One of the things I learned is preparation is everything.
Yeah.
And I don't recall a single gig that we ever did that we weren't 100% prepared to take on.
You would sing some harmonies, and you did a great job, but I never heard you actually sing a song. And then I guess it's been like a year or so that you started sending me the demos for this project,
Right.
and I was like, wow, his voice is pretty cool. And I remember thinking, damn, like, I mean, my ego probably would have been too big to handle this back then, but you probably should have come to me and said, hey, maybe I should sing the songs because you got a very 80s voice. Like, we might have gotten that record deal had you been singing instead of me, because I just sounded like Geddy Lee, but it was the wrong kind of fucking music, and you got that 80s sound. But I was like wondering, like, back then, did you ever think, like, dude, get the fuck out of the way?
No, I never did. I loved your voice. And I still love your voice.
Oh, man, thank you.
I do. I love your voice.
Oh, thanks.
And you still, somehow, you've got the upper range.
Oh, I definitely had the upper range.
Like, I don't know why did you not lose that? I don't know. It's amazing.
I don't know. I lost all the bottom of my range. I don't know. I went in the opposite direction.
I love it here in the studio. I love to watch people work while I sit here in the chair and do nothing. See, he's doing something.
I'm so tired. This cable's so heavy. Ugh. Ugh. Stop that up there. How's that?
I'd even hold it a little bit more, like don't let go of it all the way. Like somewhere in the middle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because yeah. Yeah, I see. Okay. I recently did a video where I turned my garage into a reverb chamber or an echo chamber, and I got thinking, like, it sounded really cool. Maybe I'd actually try recording in here. But when I got in here, I realized, like, because we have these parallel walls, especially the ceiling and the floor, that you're getting something called flutter echo. So I'll show you what it sounds like. It goes. You hear that? Brrr. And it's like not a cool sound, so I wanted to do something with that. So this is what I did. I ended up. And then. Gone. Stuff is mostly gone. Pretty amazing. Alright, so now let's set up to overdub some percussion and drums.
Setting up the mics, setting up the stands, setting up the mics, setting up the stands. This is what I do all day. What do you do? This is what I do all day. Oh, really? Setting up the mics, setting up the stands, bringing up the cables, wrapping up the cables, setting up the stands.
All right, here we go. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Take two. All right, how'd that sound? I've always wanted to do a video where I compare different microphones on the same singer. And since we're about to do scratch vocals on a track we were building, I figured this would be a good time to try it out. Now, keep in mind, I didn't put any EQ on these vocals and just a slight bit of compression. Here's what we got.
I feel so secure when I'm with you, like a baby in his mother's arms. Will you hold me for the rest of my life? A quiet place, safe from harm.
What? I mean, is it me, or did he sound virtually the same on every single microphone except for that M149? Oh, you think you could hear a big difference between those microphones? Go back and listen to that again with your eyes closed. Listen with your ears and not your eyes. All microphones have low end, and I guess the difference is in the top end. So I figured maybe adding some EQ and hyping up the vocal track a little bit would bring out those differences, so I tried that.
I feel so secure when I'm with you, like a baby in his mother's arms. Will you hold me for the rest of my life? A quiet place, safe from harm.
Except for that M149, he sounds almost exactly the same on all of them. What I did actually made all those mics sound more similar than different. So much for that experiment. The hell you laughing at? Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep. In spite of all my fuck-ups, I think that was a pretty good take. I mean, I did some stupid shit, but some of the plans I thought were pretty good. Okay, you can hit record on that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, remember to subscribe and also support this channel and the videos I make by joining my Patreon, where I've got a lot of specials and goodies and, like I said, samples from today's session. Have a good day and be unique.
With Billy Hume.
But yeah, don't show any of this, because I actually don't know what the fuck I did.